OpenAI, we couldn't resist not talking about this, so we got to put in our little SamCart e-commerce blend on the OpenAI fiasco. We're not going to talk about the corporate politics that went involved. OpenAI has a lot of new attention. Not that they needed more attention.
New attention feels like a really nice way to say that they're plummeting and burning up in like a dying star, like falling to earth. But I'm very excited to lecture an $86 billion startup about their e-commerce strategies. We know better than they do. Let me tell you. Yeah. They think they know e-commerce. We know e-commerce. Let me tell you. Let's break it down for anybody who doesn't understand the e-commerce strategy behind a software company. And however this might apply, I hope what we bring out of this is somehow applicable to you guys. It's very simple. They've got a free trial. They have a really unique advantage when you have a software is you can offer a free trial because it's just you go try this thing and you get hooked. You want to keep using the software. Not all of us have that advantage, but it's a nice thing. If you have a membership, you've got coaching, you've got something, right? Offering a free trial is obviously great. That's working very well for them. And then what do? They've got all these other apps and everything. How many are in there now, Jordan? You've got OpenAI, you've got DALL-E, you've got
web browsing, data analyst, and now they've introduced the ChatGPT store where you, the user, can make your own custom. So it's almost like Apple's App Store.
Yeah, it's a bundle offer. That's what they're doing. They're saying all of this stuff under one roof, and you can get it. It's $19 a month or $20 a month or whatever it is. We're going to break down into our 3 and 3 of what we think. Three things they think they're doing really well. And 3 things we think that they could improve upon. Not that AI is going to listen to us, but maybe you guys can take some of these lessons home, and that's good. So 3 things that are working well. Number 1, they're the fastest growing startup on earth. Jordan, like everyone in the planet knows what ChatGPT is now at this point. They have PR, they've got free press out there. They just created something that's that good. And maybe that's the actual lesson for our viewers. You know what I mean? It's create something that's worth talking about. And all of a sudden, maybe in some very incredibly small microcosm, if you were 0.1% of the kind of PR that they have, then you're doing really well for yourself.
Yeah, they don't really have or need a marketing department because everyone on Twitter is always constantly sharing and talking about, hey, here's my new ChatGPT prompt, or here's the ChatGPT secret that I've learned, or you're using ChatGPT wrong, read more, click here. There's so much word of mouth around it that, there's no need for it's a great product. So just let your users talk about your great product.
And here's a good lesson, though, is make something shareable. I've seen people do that. I've seen people give away at certain points in a cohort training or at some end of some course or whatever. You get like a certificate. You get something that's worth sharing online. And that's really the power here. Obviously, not all of us are going to go create the next generation of AI technology that's going to eventually topple the human race and take over the planet, but make something shareable in whatever it is that you're doing and reap the reward. Number 2, things they're doing really well is that free option. A free trial is a great way. Make it easy to get started. That's it. That's the lesson. Is whether maybe that's a $1 trial for what you have. Maybe that's a relatively inexpensive first transaction, the first thing you're asking for. You're not the first entry point into your business isn't thousands and thousands of dollars. Is make it easy for people to get started and give them kind of that first bite at the apple and get them in your world.
Yeah, this is classic software, classic SaaS model where it's truly free. You get access to a decent side of the product and you're still wanting more. Or the power users that want more, you see what you don't get. You'll go through your menu sometimes and you'll see all these lock icons and say, oh man, I really want this feature. I really want access to this. Or you feel like you're stuck in first gear and you want to go into second gear as a power user. So you have that option to just say, hey, I want to upgrade my account. The problem is you can only upgrade to one version. In most SaaS, it's a kind of 3-tier, the bronze, silver, gold plan. With ChatGPT, it's just one plan. So I think that they're missing out there. There could be a plan right above that I would suggest, maybe a $50 a month plan that gives me early access to features, maybe that gives me a guarantee of uptime. I'm never going to log into ChatGPT and it's going to be shut down for the day.
I've got priority service on the servers. Yeah, it's like something like that. There's absolutely something there that people would pay for. And so that's really the first thing of what we think they could do better is if I go into my account and I click on my plan, we're paying $20 a month, but Jordan, I would happily pay more. And there's not really a place for me to upgrade other than they've got the huge custom API bits and all this stuff. There's not a ton of places for me to go. I can't really spend more with them, which is really a lesson for all of us is the more you let your customers spend, your best customers are going to spend more. You're going to make many times more money doing exactly that. The third thing that we think they're doing really well, which of course it's technology. Listen, I understand what I'm about to say. It does apply to you guys in a different way. I'll tell you about it. Is that they are now inside of everything. They've got this kind of like app ecosystem where you're bringing ChatGPT inside of, there's like writing tools out there. There's more photo editing softwares. There's they're bringing all of these things into ChatGPT and apps and plugins that you can tack on and all that kind of stuff. And so the lesson for all of us normies that aren't making AI tools, is the more applicable your stuff is, the easier it is for you to take your whatever it is that you're helping your customers create or do or build or think about and bring it into other places that they already spend time and work in or whatever. That type thing is going to be easier. The example I can think of is we've got a great golf brand that sells on SamCart, that part of their digital process is that they make it really easy to take their like a warm-up plan and bring it onto your phone and take it with you to the driving range or take it with you to the golf course. I have a tennis brand, a sports thing is going to work out that makes it really easy for you to take. Again, it's a practice regimen, and it can drop it on your phone, put it in photos, and take it with you to the golf or to the tennis match or whatever. Make it easy. Make what you're doing extendable so that someone doesn't have to be sitting at a computer to take and digest your digital products and get value from them. But making it extensible. Awesome thing. Okay, so we talked about why not letting me go spend more money is probably a downside, and all of you guys should be thinking, what am I letting my best customers continue to spend on? What other things can someone go buy or can they upgrade to? Number 2 is I just laugh. I have to take a look at this. Jordan, look at their pricing page. Their pricing page is unreal in a complicated, awful kind of way. They're talking, I understand they're talking to people who write APIs, write other software.
Yeah, they're talking to developers, yes.
But it's, hey, look, cool. You want ChatGPT 3.5 Turbo? It's only, what is that? 1/1000th and 5/10,000th of a cent for 1,000 tokens. I'm not sure they could invent more confusing pricing terms if they had to. This is the most insane pricing model I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, this is when you need a sliding scale calculator built in to say how much. It's like on email, how many email subscribers do you have? Oh, I have this many. Oh, you're going to pay this much. So just give me that. Give me that option.
Keep your pricing simple. Make it very simple. Obviously, this is a specific example. They're talking to API, they're talking to people, but don't let your pricing ever look anything like this at all. Make it very simple, round numbers, all of that stuff is going to be great. And then really the last thing that we'll say that you should not be doing is if you have a visionary CEO, don't fire them and then let them walk over to what is ostensibly your competitor and let them put you out of business. Definitely Don't do that, but that's it. That's OpenAI's e-commerce. I think for today, we're wrapping up. What is, again, one of the biggest companies on the planet. Good for them. I wish them all the best. We're going to see what happens to that $86 billion valuation. My guess is that it might be worth shorting if it was on a public market, which it's not, but we'll pretend. We'll fake short it. And I think that's probably going to be a safe bet.